I've been seeing this meme that I kept avoiding. It was getting under my skin. And so I knew it was like really irrelevant for me and probably a prophecy hiding in plain sight. And it says something to the effect of, and this may not even be accurate or true, but the meme says, Tinkerbell said, if you have to choose between her and me, then the choice has to be her, because if you really loved me, there would never even be a choice. And then the host or whatever says that hit hard, and it's like, well, yeah, it did, because it's so true. That's my pattern. I realized just now, even thinking about that I have archetypally been a Tinkerbell. Tinkerbell is her own sort of creature, I guess. She's a fairy. She's a nymph. She's mysterious and playful and magical, and she's got a power far beyond what Peter Pan can understand. She's more powerful than him. But he's not, like, they could never match up because they're not the same size. They're not a physical match. They're not the same vibration. They're not even the same species. Like, they could never be together. And the fact that she's projecting her affection on someone who can never grow up, can never be a man, repudiates anything that would lead them or trap them in a direction that would require of them to stand in their manhood or their healthy masculine role, in their divine masculinity. And they avoid. And so this all takes place in Never Neverland, where whatever it is you want, it ain't never fucking gonna happen. Never Neverland. And all the while, you're like, well, why doesn't Tinkerbell just have her own little fairy boyfriend who's like in her species? And it's kind of like, I don't even know, like, Tinkerbell doesn't maybe even know where the other Tinkerbell people are. Like, she's like, I don't know. No, I can't find my people. I don't know. But this Peter Pan is here. And, you know, we have a lot of fun adventures together. And, you know, he's a good companion. But I have unrequited affection for him. And yeah, he loves me and I'm his special little Tinkerbell, but like, he doesn't intend on like doing anything about it. He's just like, oh great, we get to live in Never Gonna Happen land. And it's so great, isn't it? Because you give me all my attention, my validation, and you're there for fun, and you know, you make me feel excitement and fun and carefreeness, and I siphon your energy when I get to hang out with you, but I don't have to give you anything, because you're just there, you know, out in the wild, floating around, you know, and you just kind of pop in and out as you want. You take care of yourself, beyond who you are when you go home to your Tinkerbell apartment in a tree. He don't know, he don't care, he ain't checking in, you know, unless he wants to go have a good time. Also, Peter Pan is infatuated with Wendy, but he's unwilling to do what it would require to have a reality with Wendy. He won't step into real life. He won't grow up. He basically chooses to stay in his adolescent consciousness, and he loses her when she goes back to her world. And then Wendy goes on and gets married to like some dude who's not so complicated and can, maintain an erection. And, she probably lives in like a Victorian mansion in London and like moves on with her life. So I'm, in a way, also the Wendy in this situation as well. I think that Wendy and Tinkerbell are both part of the same feminine dilemma. It's the two sides. It's our domesticated feminine at the sake of our wild feminine. And I think where I'm at right now is that I want to embrace both of them and find my own Tinkerbell people out of Never Never Land. And create something that is natural for me, which is wild and magical and untamed and undomesticated and free and true and beautiful and love and also stable and long-lasting and committed and devoted and mature and intimate and something that progresses with passion. Able to weather the storms that are inevitably going to come together, making it easier to bear. Instead of running away, instead of shutting down, instead of growing to resent, instead of rejecting or avoiding or hiding out, they come closer.